This is another installment of About Jeff Man Drums, the beginning. Another Hartwell Hall, the oldest building on campus in my hometown. So, being familiar with Sankofa, their spring concert was coming up. So, my wife and I went. And as it started, the percussion ensemble was playing in the lobby. And it was echoing through the theater, and all the dancers came down the two aisles and up on stage, and then the drummers came down the aisles and up on stage, and near the back was the master drummer that we really came to see, Khalid Salim. And I was amazed. He was playing his djembe, strapped on, better than anybody I'd ever seen. And he was greeting people in the aisle on the way down. Thanks for coming, thanks for coming. And wouldn't you know, this cat comes up to me and shakes my hand and says, thanks for coming to the show. Now, I was blown away by this show. It was pretty amazing. And I knew I wanted to study with this guy. And I knew that he also had a 3-hour community drumming every Saturday. And I'm thinking, I need to get better before I go play with this guy. And a few years later, I had the courage to show up. I went to the community drumming. I sit down. We start playing. And there's an 11-year-old boy from the city sitting next to me who'd never played drums before. His mom was sitting over on the side, a friend of Khalid's. Khalid made everybody equal. He lifted us all up to play equal. And it's like I could have had a V8. It turned out well. But obviously I lost a couple years of what could have been some great drumming. And that was in the mid-90s. Later on, about 2005, all the drummers that were known to be in previously Sankofa were invited to perform at the year's convocation. And at the end of this, Clyde Morgan from the previous video invited anybody that wanted to show up to rehearsal tomorrow night for the beginning of the Sankofa rehearsal year. And I went. And at the end of that rehearsal, he said, Khalid would really like to have some people show up and accompany him for the African dance and drum classes Tuesday and Thursday. And you're welcome. Just show up. Here's the time. So I went. I thought it was a great opportunity. And I was the only one that went. Now, it was quite the eye-opening experience. I mean, Khalid would say, play this, and he would do it on the bass drums, 3. And then the minute I would get it, he would take off. And then I had to pay attention to the speed, the volume, and when Clyde would say, start or stop. And with all those beautiful people out there, it was like really confusing. I was dripping with sweat, but I got pretty good at it. So for the next 3 semesters, including an appointment by New York State to the Department of Dance as a volunteer, 3 semesters, I did Monday, Wednesday Sankofa rehearsals, Tuesday and Thursday African dance classes, hour and a half, and then right after that, Tuesday and Thursday, hour and a half, African drum classes where I sat right next to Khalid or over on the side. And I actually, that took my teaching and confidence to the stratosphere. Then on Friday night, there was a private group called Percussion Salim. And then the previously spoke about the 3 hours community drumming on Saturdays. So this was 3 semesters of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, drumming and learning and experiencing and getting really good at what I did. And I'll be forever grateful to Professor Clyde Morgan and master drummer Khalid Salim. Thank you. Until next time. Ciao for now.